Welcome to Fine Arts. Today we are going to create an abstract landscape inspired by Robin Mead. She is an artist from Georgia, and she sent me this beautiful picture that she created, and she also sent me a journal. And she is an amazing artist. Today for this project I used watercolors, crayons, and a Sharpie. Get your supplies, because here we go. We are going to start with our Sharpie and put the cap on the end, and we're going to make a border. So we're going to go to the left, across, down, across. Put your name on your artwork. Every artist should sign their art. Okay, the first thing I did was started with the foreground, this ocean here, and I did these swirls for the waves. So starting on the left-hand side, I'm going to come up about 1.5 inches, and I'm going to just do a swirl. Not even thinking about it. Maybe I'll make it a little bit curly, like that. And then I'm going to come around, and we're just going to go for it. And I come around and do another swirl. Just like that. And maybe this edge that comes around, I'm going to grab this side, come all the way around, like that. And maybe there's another one over here. Just like that. Have fun with it. Then I'm going to come over here on the right side. And let's see, I'll just come like this. Make a little swirl. There's one. And maybe it comes out to the side. And then I'm going to take my swirl. And I'm going to come around. And maybe this one goes the other direction. Like that. And maybe there's a wave that comes around like this. There we go. And then let's have another one that goes out like this. Why not? And maybe that's a little baby one. There we go. And I guess we need to connect them. So we'll just connect them like that. Okay, so add any more lines that you want to. Notice that this example looks different than this example, and that is okay. I just had some fun with it. Ooh, maybe we want another wave here. Okay, so that is the bottom part, which we call the foreground. Now the next part I'm going to do is where this green is, this bubble. Okay, so right above, actually, no, I'm going to draw a straight line across. So starting here, I'm going to come across, and don't go through the wave. Okay, so there it is. And then I'm going to jump up about a little tiny bit, maybe like a little finger, and I'm going to do some bubbles like this. And this is the bottom of the green bushes right here. Just a bubble line all the way across. Okay, now on the bubble line I have these random black and white organic shapes. So I just kind of draw kind of like a triangle and I fill it in. And they're different sizes. So just have fun with it. They're not perfect. So I just am kind of drawing 2 lines and I fill it in. Okay, and they're very organic, meaning they're not perfect triangles. They're not perfect shapes. So this part will be black and white. Go all the way across, filling in. This is the middle ground, or the middle of your paper. We are doing an abstract landscape. Okay, The next part is these bushes here. So they're very random. So kind of coming up, again, I'm going to just come through with a bubble, maybe come around with a little bubble. Maybe there's a little mountain. Come around. Just a squiggly line. Okay? So that's like a big continuous bush. Now behind it I have the mountains, and these are more triangles. So maybe starting right here, I'm going to draw 2 lines. So that's for a mountain. There's another one. And maybe there's another mountain over here. And maybe there's another mountain right here. So notice that this one looks different. That's okay. Now we're going to do the sun. The top part, that's the background. So we're going to do the arch first. So come through here. Just do a big sun like this. Okay, and then I'm going to do my lines that go out for the rays. My diagonal lines. And maybe there's one more here. Then these ones. There we go. Okay, and then the sun I'm going to make a little bit thicker. So using the side, make those just a little bit thicker. And maybe this one too. Okay. All right, now I only used a couple of crayons on this. So put your Sharpie away. The next thing I grabbed was my blue crayon. So back down to the bottom, I'm going to make this nice and thick with a blue crayon. Okay, and my pattern with my crayon is I'm going to come across, kind of in some stripes. Okay, and then I'm going to get lighter as I go down. Just adding some character to that ocean. So these are just very light lines. Just a couple. Okay, then I grab my green crayon, and I want to put my green crayon on the top of those mountains right here, so we keep the sun separate from the mountain. Let's just outline those, the green. There's another one. Okay, and then also here, your little curl. And if you wanted to add just some green marks to just make them look kind of like they're bushes. Okay, get your paints. We're gonna paint. Or you can do this with marker, whatever you prefer. Zoom in. Okay, the first thing I start with is my yellow. We're going to start at the top where the sun is. Wake up your yellow. And I'm going to paint the sun first. Then I'm going to paint some of these rays yellow. not all of them. And I'm kind of going to go with a straight line pattern. So we're putting our lightest color down first. Okay, now you can see that I used all different colors. So next I'm going to throw in some orange while it's wet. Wake up your orange. I'm just going to splash a little bit of orange right on that yellow sun. And I'm going to just let it kind of, there we go. And then I'm going to throw some orange on top of the yellow. Just in some different parts. Then I'm going to wake up my red. Same thing. Kind of playing with those colors. Try not to cover up too much yellow. I can even pick up my yellow and go back over it. You can see they kind of mix together. Just playing with the colors. Maybe a little bit of red right here. Maybe a little bit more yellow. Until you get it all the way done. And then we're going to let it sit. These are our warm colors, yellow, red, and orange. Like the sun gives us warmth. Okay, so our background, we're gonna let it sit there. And just let it play off each other. Maybe a little bit more red. Just play with it. Okay. Now I'm going to come down to the ocean. And for the ocean, on the foreground, I used different colors. I did blues and greens, and these swirls, I did blues with purples. Okay, here we go. Wake up your blue. I'm just going to cover it all with blue. And I did it nice and dark at the top. Kind of go all the way around. Nice and dark. This middle section is going to stay white. Then I'm going to take some water to smear my blue so it gets lighter at the bottom, so we could add some green to make it look like an aqua color. Gorgeous. grab your green, and we're gonna just put green at the bottom, and you kind of just go across, sprinkling in a little bit of green, and you kind of let them kind of mix together. It's a wet on wet technique. You can throw in a little bit more blue. You can see that it changes that color a little bit. Okay, then wake up your purple. And I put the purple inside the swirls. And notice it's wet, so it's gonna play off of it. Ooh, that's beautiful. And I guess the swirls are the waves. Just threw some purple in there. And it makes it more of an, I would call this an ultramarine. Ooh, that's beautiful. Okay. A little bit more blue there, and we're just gonna let it sit. Okay, last part is the middle ground. In the middle, notice it's all green. Wake up your green. And you're just gonna fill it in. And you have your border, so be careful not to get the green on your sun. Now once your sun is dry, you can go back in with a little bit more yellow if you want it to be more vibrant. Vibrant means bright colored. So today we talked about foreground, which is kind of in the front. This is the middle ground, which is in the middle. And background, which is the beautiful sun. Okay, I hope you had fun in fine arts today. Please post your picture if you want to share. I'm going to be sending this link to these photos to Robin Mead so she can see how amazing you are. Until next time, bye!